Yo, hey, what's up, guys? This time we are not on the test server. We gonna check out how to build TITUS without having the craziest stuff like blessings and all that, what I showed you before. Now we are on the live server and I just have a 1-star, but it is perfect to showcase that he is still insanely good. But like always, it would be amazing if you press that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done already, leave a comment to let the algorithm know that I exist. Before we gonna start, I'm gonna show you quickly a team that I ran on Chimera Nightmare mode. I started on Nightmare to just feel good about the team that I can do on the live server for myself, and then I will do some optimizations like here and there. So, we got Nightmare, this is the team. This time it's really not about the team, to be honest, but it shows you can do a lot of damage. It's still insanely good. This is not 2 billion. Yes, but it's still really crazy good. So let's talk about all the things that you need to do something like that. Let me go quickly on TITUS again. Alright, first the gear. Merciless and Zeal. That is the best combination I can think so far about. Should do the most damage. There can be that you don't have Merciless. What can you do then? You go for Savage or Lethal. Lethal set doesn't really give you any benefits about the stats that it gives you. It gives you crit rate. You don't need crit rate on him at all. So that means it doesn't matter if you have Savage or Lethal. Just take whatever set is better for you. It would be really great if you can combine it with Seal. Probably Cruelty could be nice for the ignored defense. Would I recommend it? Not so much, because you don't get attack values out of it. Like Cruel has attack plus 15% attack or something. Doesn't do anything for you. So that's kind of about the gear that you need. Merciless and Seal best. Lethal and Savage if you don't have Merciless good stats and all that. And if you don't have the most crazy stats on your Lethal and Savage, it's still better to go Merciless with lower stats because you get your skills more frequently and that does produce more damage. Keep that in mind. Let's talk about the stats. And there's some things in here I was surprised by myself. My good buddy Farbstoff, another YouTube content, you should know him. He's the producer of RSL Helper. Everybody knows him. But we were talking about stuff on the test server, what is going on. And he did his Farbstoff magic, went in there and kind of found out something I was super surprised of, and it didn't make sense for me. It's the first stat we have on him. It's HP. Wait, I think that is displayed in his skill. Yes, it has a multiplier about defense and HP. First question for you guys, which one should I go to do more damage? It's defense, 100%. There is HP displayed and there's some funky stuff going on for him, and you gotta keep that in mind to do more damage. If you have less HP in general, you do more damage. If I would have the same stats on this guy, just having 30k more HP, I glyphed all the HP things in there, I would generate less damage. It sounded funky for me. I really wasn't believing it at the first time. And then I tested it and yeah, it actually went higher damage. So I was like, okay, and I never doubt Farbstoff again. Alright, you did it, okay. If you tell me, it's no problem. So for you guys, whatever set you kind of want to do, you want to get as not so much HP. Don't glyph out HP at all. Just leave it where it is when you don't have any other chance to get less HP on the substats and everything. Just don't glyph it. For real, just don't do it, you get more damage. I think I made that clear. For the defense, of course, you try to go as high as possible because it does more damage. If you have more defense, really good for you. I have 5,000 right now. It's not the craziest in the world. I wish I had like 9,000 or something. I would produce more. We can do still some really good damage with it. No problem. And about the speed. Let's talk quickly about the speed, because there is something, in general for me, I would say turn it really down, like around 200, 210, something like this. I'm gonna give you quickly an example. I do, for example, have in my team 2 buff extenders. And while I have still my TITUS slow, he will go upwards on the duration of your buffs, what he can get. There are things where you have another setup, for example, 3 buff extenders. I will just put something in here what I know what is a buff extender quickly. It's not about the crisp. And if you do 3 buff extenders and TITUS is exactly the same speed as the others, or just a little bit less, a little bit higher, then he would stay on the same buff duration the whole time. That could be something for you, no doubt. But I'm more of a fan if something intervenes with all my buff duration frequency. I'm like, I'm gonna do every third turn 3 buff durations and stuff, and then a stun happens, a provoke, or something that really kicks you off, then the whole rotation is off. So what I did for myself to just make my life a little bit easier is to go slower. It's just making your life easier. You won't hit that often. That is true. I get that, because he's slower. I'm just a fan of more consistency. So what I recommend is slow, about 200, 210, 220, something like this. 220 worked for me right now. It was okay, but I had a little bit of struggle to get my buff durations in a nice upwards drift, you know? So that's about the speed. 200, you can go up to 300, but then your buff extenders, it's a little bit about the team also. So your buff extenders have to be even more faster and stuff. So what I recommend is him pretty slow, buff extenders pretty fast, so they overrun him and give him just more of a duration on your buffs. And yeah, crit rate, of course, super. Okay, crit rate is, you don't need it. It's just whatever, just ignore it. It's actually good, because we want to get as high of a crit damage. Of course, it really helps if you have 250, you do less damage. I have 360 right now, but you still do, like for example my nightmare run, if you have 300 right now, you probably would still do 450, 500 million damage. And I guess for your account that is really nice if you can just go to 300 crit damage in general. And that is really a high number. And accuracy, you don't need it. Like, all his stuff is even like unresistible when you have a shield, no problem. The resistance is, on the other hand, a huge thing. His game theme is to have his shields and all that up the whole time. In Hydra, you have a chance to get it stolen when you don't have a consistent mischief head, so he will probably get at some point attacked. And you also probably want to use him on Chimera, and he buff steals or buff deletes you pretty often. So you need a lot of resistance. In my case, because I have in the team a increased resistance, 350 was enough, around 350. And yeah, that's basically about the gear, about the stats. The HP thing was kicking me off a little bit, like less HP, more damage, but it's a multiplier. I assume when I get more HP, I do a little bit more because it also multiplies something. But no, that wasn't it. So let's talk about, the relics. They're kind of hated. If people don't have something like I have, like the cat's gaze, if you don't have it, you hate it. You really do. But what can you do? Like cat's gaze, first of all, is the best one, no doubt. You can do some gemstones. The gemstones are not perfect on mine right now. For example, I do like in dungeons more damage. It doesn't help me for the clan thingies, but cat's gaze would be the best. What could you do otherwise? Let me go on equip quickly so we can kind of see. What can you do otherwise? There are some other setups. They're kind of a little bit more specific, and to be honest, I don't like it too much that the cat's gaze is the best one for him. Let me quickly find the other one, what I mean, what is really good on him. The crown is only for Hydra. You can't use it on Chimera, but on Hydra, you can get the benefit, no doubt. Would I use it if I, probably not, because it kind of links you just into Hydra, no more boost for Chimera. It can be used. It's not optimal, not at all. We got this one, where you get up a perfect veil, and then you do more damage. This one is better than the crown in my opinion, but you gotta do the setup. You gotta bring perfect veil somehow. You will never lose it because you buff increase it all the time, however you're gonna get it. In Hydra, you can get it just by killing a head. For Chimera, then you need a perfect veil setup. And I don't even think there's too much other things that can help him. What I have right now, Stormcaller for example, could be a thing for him, but I don't have it. So probably maybe some mythicals, maybe you got some ideas, kick it out, no problem. But what I have in mind when I think about relics is Cat's Gaze, the crown, and this one. To just get some boosts in there, that's it. Lightning Cage for example, or no, wait, Lightning Cage is a blessing. Now we talk about blessings in a second, but yeah, that's about the relics. That's what I can say. Cat's Gaze, best one. Crown, second one. And the perfect veil setup is, in my opinion, a little bit better than the crown. Well, yeah, it's hard. It's also hard to set up. So, blessings. There's not much to talk about in here. It is Heaven Cast. You could technically use up to, what I mean is up to a 5-star. If you won your champion chase, you got the 5-star, or you just slowly creeping up like I do right now. I bought the 1-star out of the shop. It kind of appeared right away and I bought it. And yeah, for 1 to 5-star, it is Heaven Cast. You could technically lock you into Hydra again. Maybe you just use him on Hydra. The Nature's Wrath can also be used. And it takes quite a long time to get it done. You need the one head to provoke it. You kill it super fast and you need to respawn it. So is that really nice? While Heaven Cast, where is it? Right there. You can just get it by putting buffs on him. And you usually put a lot of buffs on him and then you kind of never lose it. That's the whole theme about him. So you can get up to your 10 buffs. Of course, like, from the numbers, Nature's Wrath would be better for Hydra. But Heaven Cast is just overall a better thing. You get the bonuses and you just do whatever you you were trying to do anyway. Put a lot of buffs on him, make him super like shieldy and all these things. Get him more damage about him. And Masteries wise, yeah, it kind of depends. Yeah, wait about the blessing. There's one thing. Of course, if you have the 6-star, it is Crushing Rent. There is no doubt about it. Wait. The Crushing Rent is still the number one. It's an epic one. It's kind of weird, but it is the number one. There's another argument that you could do for Cruelty. If he maybe is later on the only guy on a 5-star in your team for Chimera and you want to get a little bit more defense down, he could also be nice in Cruelty. I would recommend to find another champion that has a high blessing to do the Cruelty part for you. Instead of him, Heaven Cast would produce more damage, I guess. It's from boss to boss a little bit different, so it's hard to make a decision. About Masteries is quickly, yeah, that's it. I would not do anything too crazy in here differently. I don't know, like even that one, don't do this one. You don't want to increase his turn meter sometimes and stuff. But that is technically it. Quick summary: Merciless Seal is the best one. Savage and Lethal if you have no Merciless. But even Merciless could be better with lower stats because you get your skill frequently back. For your, what's it called, Relic, the Cat's Gaze, number 1. Then you got the Perfect Veil setup and you got the Crown. The Crown is only there for Hydra, so Perfect Veil gives you probably the most damage but has a harder setup, while Cat's Gaze, for example, has no setup at all. For the blessing, it is Heaven Cast. Heaven Cast from 1 to 5. On a 6-star is Crushing Rent. And there are some things that you can do. And yeah, I think that is basically it. Did I forget anything about him? No. So when no wait, no, not Hydra. God damn, I want to press like here. And keep in mind, when you do your runs at the beginning, your damage is trash. It takes a while. It takes like almost to the lion form for my team right now with a Wixwill to set it up. And I think I should also do another video where we talk about all the enablers and kind of the things you can do to get a decent run with him without the crazy setups or something and all these things. But yeah, I think that will be it. My team is running on Nightmare. I will test another one on Ultra Nightmare right now. And yeah, that will be it. I hope you all got fun with your new TITUS. You can get something out of it. And I make it a little bit more clear what you have to bring on him to make him just really good. Not overpowered, broken, as crazy as you might see from other teams that have the best things in the world. But you can still get a ton out of this champion. No problem. But yeah, that will be it. Make sure to press that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done already. And yeah, have a nice day.